Welcome back, and this time we are headed off on FSD 14.3.5. This is my second drive with it, but first drive as a family. So let's get into it. Oh, crap. Alrighty. So we are into it right there. As you could tell, we are absolutely in the wrong lane right now. I kind of made a couple of different gestures because, or I don't even know, I was just kind of a little concerned there. I felt that that vehicle that was coming immediately to the right as we were making an unprotected left turn was a bit too close. FSD decided to take off. Again, 14.3.5. We are in hurry mode. We got in the shoulder and then veered back into the appropriate lane. Two-lane road here, one going, one coming. But yeah, FSD handled it like a champ. We are currently heading to a supercharger at a Chubby's travel center. It is the poor man's version of Bucky's, and my son loves going there to Chubby's because he gets a variety of different things that are, well, how would you describe it, Jessica? They're not actual Labubus, but they're, what are they called again? Oh, boo-boos. So, okay. There we go. For foo-foos, for boo-boos, for whatever. But anywho, they're not legitimate products, but nonetheless, my son does like those, and he likes frequenting that location there, that Chubby's Travel Center. They have decent amenities there. They have a supercharger, 250 kilowatt supercharger. Pretty good layout. I personally like going there. I'll go ahead and get a decent. I know I made a review, didn't actually commit to the review, didn't have any video inside the store. Maybe in this video or maybe another tie-in video, I will have us going in. I'm going to take footage today. I won't tie it to this video. This will be a 14.3.5 video. And then after we take off from Chubby's Travel Centers, we will be heading off to Walmart. We are going to hit up those chargers there, new infrastructure. We have some Alpitronic 400 chargers. I don't quite know whether they're YTC 400 chargers or ABB A400 chargers there. What's the difference, you ask? Well, the YTC 400 chargers are split. Well, actually, no, they're dynamic. So meaning if I pull up to a charger and my maximum ability to get 250 kilowatts from a Tesla, that's the maximum output or request that I can have from any given charger on this Model Y, it's going to go ahead and give me 250 if there's another vehicle that requests less charge, right? So was 450 or 400 kilowatts minus 250, that would be 150. Check my math, Jessica, is that correct? 250 plus 150, is that 400?
What?
400, we have a maximum of 400 kilowatts that this dynamic charger can go ahead and dispense. My Model Y can only request 250.
250 plus 150?
So 250 plus
Yeah,
150 is 400. Perfect. So that's dynamic, right? 250 in this specific example, no way in heck is my Model Y. Right now we're at 45% state of charge. No way is my Model Y going to request that amount of power. But in the event, right, in a perfect world, it does request 250. And there's another vehicle parked in the same stall because it would have two stalls right there. Then again, 250, 150, dynamic based on the request, based on the maximum amount of request from the vehicle itself, right? And say, for instance, if we have like a Chevy, right, that are known to be able to pull higher amounts of power, right? They could potentially be getting 300 kilowatts, and my Model Y could be pulling 100. So dynamic based on two vehicles, if two vehicles are parked in the same stall, being able to request energy. Now, as far as the ABB 400 kilowatt dispensers, they're not dynamic at all. They are split, meaning they're going to give an equal amount of power regardless of how much power the dispensers, or the vehicles rather, are requesting. And in a real world scenario, sometimes depending on state of charge, if any given vehicles are at a higher state of charge, they're not going to be requesting 250 or 200 and 200, right? It's going to just dynamically, or not dynamically, it's going to go ahead and just give a split amount of power to those. It can only pull 100, closer to like 90-95% state of charge, it's going to remain 100, and the other vehicle maximum output it can get is 200 if they are both parked in that stall. But if there are no vehicles, there's only one vehicle parked in that one stall, and if that vehicle is capable of pulling maximum output of 400 kilowatts, well, guess what? It's going to go ahead and feed it those 400 kilowatts. So I'm looking forward to see what kind of charging infrastructure is there at that Walmart. Again, it should be Alpitronic 400. I wish it was Alpitronic 800 with the Tesla. It wouldn't matter whatsoever. Cadillacs, things of that sort, GM products, right? We're starting to see the IQ, Cadillac IQ, and I do believe that was not an IQ, but that was a Cadillac. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and see what kind of chargers are there, and along the way with FSD 14.3.5, see how it handles here. Yesterday I went out and it was doing a lot. I don't know, it was doing like noticeably different. The way that it was handling like standard was actually like able to drive a lot faster in my opinion than it had been driving. Oh, we're going straight. This is interesting. I don't think I've hardly ever been down this road, I think once. Oh, wow. It would have been nice for this person to use a blinker.
Well, they're probably elderly since it's kind of an
Yeah, that's true.
old car.
How's the AC for you?
It's fine.
But yeah, yesterday I was noticing just a little bit difference in the assertiveness on each profile. I see that. That's beautiful. I don't know if it's a residential. It's a house. It's beautiful, and it has like a huge bowl right in front of their yard, right?
Yeah.
My word, that is gorgeous. Dream. Which reminds me, please like, comment, and subscribe. You will be directly supporting myself, my wife, and my 8-year-old son. Much appreciated. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe. Oh wow, I've never, you know what? Like the Medina River, it goes through that, and I have in years haven't seen any water, even a small amount of water in it.
Yeah.
And there looked like there was, at least back there, it looked like there was a small amount of water.
Yeah. I was watching this video this morning on natural bridge caverns,
Hmm.
and the water is like really high since it's been
Mm.
raining the past week. Like, well, last week. So we should probably go.
Do you really believe some of, like, I don't know, like the videos that, or whether it's videos, you didn't show me videos, but you did send me like photos from Facebook, like downtown. Do you believe those? Or do you think they're just like AI, the crazy amount of water?
Oh, that picture was AI for sure. Because there's like no way that all of that could be
Right.
in one scene.
They're
But
like a Jeep.
it just kind of makes you. It just makes you want to watch the video, and then you see the video, and it's like, yeah, that's not real. But it did. It did. It did flood in Bernie. I think they had to call. Gosh, I don't remember. But I think they had to have people helicopter in to save people from the flood in Bernie. So it was really bad.
We were approaching that guy on the John Deere lawnmower. Like I felt as if though it slowed down a bit. Right now, again, we're in standard speed limit is 45 miles an hour, and we're just zipping by. We're boogieing here. And usually FSD is really cautious on curves like this, on windy roads. And it is still cautious, but I guess it's just maximizing the speed on higher speed limit roads. Yesterday I was going down a rural road. It was about like 65 miles an hour, and even there, it's always gone, regardless of whatever profile, it's always gone under the speed limit. It should be going under the speed limit, especially in windy roads, right? Safety first. But yesterday it actually picked up a little bit of speed, more than I had been accustomed to it. And even here, it just feels like a little more assertive, and I'm just going standard. So I'm really liking it. And I mean, a big vehicle like this, with the tonnage outside of like, me being in the vehicle, it's pretty hefty, so it's pretty planted. On a safety aspect, I wouldn't see a reason as to why it wouldn't just like either stay or be just a few miles under, which is kind of how I would drive normally in comparison to FSD. So I'm liking that part of it. It's 92 degrees right now. Feeling every bit of it from the older sunroof. Born, oh, pretty good. FSD saw that F-150, I don't think it was an F-250, an F-150 coming on the opposite lane. Felt as if though it was too directly in front of it and veered just a tad bit to the right. Great work, great reaction time right there. Right now we're in a hurry going 10 miles over the posted 45 speed limit, which is fantastic. Rather get there a lot sooner than later. If we're going to see anything too particularly exciting right now, we're just going on country roads. Nothing to be seen, nothing to happen. Although yesterday, again, I don't know what it is with me and like vultures, maybe just where I'm driving, right? I ended up seeing one vulture who was just decimating the heck out of whatever carcass it was. And we were driving like, I mean, two lanes, right? We're driving in the lane, and the vulture was dead center, going at the dead carcass, and that thing wasn't moving. I'm like, dude, are you gonna move? Are you gonna move or not? And FSD slowly, like, it started slowing down, right? By slowing down, it went from like 65 to like 40 something, and then it was slowly making its way left. FSD has gone into an incoming lane so long as there hasn't been any traffic, right? It has done that to me in prior iterations, but this time it was going slightly left, and then the vulture was attempting to take off, but when it was attempting to take off, it was taking off backwards. I don't know if that makes any sense. Flapping its wings, and it was like pulling itself backwards. FSD noticed that it was going in its path and decided to correct itself. It didn't run over the carcass, it actually went right in the middle, but I thought that was pretty neat that it saw the gosh darn vulture trying to take off in its direction and ended up compensating for that. So that was a huge win. Still not avoiding potholes. That was a rather sizable pothole. Not avoiding them. Those are one of the 2 bullet points, I believe, that'll be addressed in upcoming releases. I'm gonna go ahead and hold my breath on that one. I don't feel that pothole avoidance is gonna be a viable thing unless there is absolutely nobody on the road, like right here, right? I'm not counting the motorcycle. I'm not counting this F-150. But unless there's no vehicles on the road, on the safety aspect, no way in heck is pothole avoidance going to be a thing for FSD. I'd rather hit a pothole, have it slow down possibly, right, but still hit that pothole rather than get into an accident by trying to avoid. said potholes. And we're going 76 miles an hour. I feel pretty good. Like, I don't know if you sense it on your end, Jessica, but as far as the assertiveness, how do you feel right now in this profile?
It's very assertive.
It's very fast, right?
I'm feeling the assertiveness.
Right. And then we have an EMS responder right there. But yeah, like, I mean, these country roads, they're not, I don't know, for those of us that live around here, they're not really intended to just go barreling down them. Right? Is that fair to say?
Right.
It's just like, casual, easygoing driving. And whenever we or I am going down these roads and going anywhere near the speed limit or over the speed limit, it just feels a little strange. Whenever you're in a non-highway setting, it's gonna feel strange. But especially here, this assertiveness, I have not felt this level of assertiveness on FSD on these specific roads. These country FM roads have never felt this level of assertiveness. One, find it a little weird and a little like, man, is my safety like, am I safe here, right? Two, I'm kind of like 50-50 on this on the fence. Safety, am I going too fast? Two, I think I'm going at a really, really good speed to get to my location a whole lot sooner. So I'm like debating, do I want my safety a little bit? Do I want these profiles just a little tuned down because I want to be a little safer? Or do I want to get to my location a lot quicker because here in the country, everything is far away? I don't know. I don't know right now. What about you, Jessica?
I don't know.
I think I'd rather get there faster and enjoy this kind of a little roller coaster, if you will. Tame roller coaster.
Well, if we're gonna be in this area, I'm not in a rush. There's
Exactly,
no need to be
right?
in a rush. Like we're going fast and you're talking, and while you were talking I saw these cows and ducks together. It was really cute. So that's the nice thing about driving around here is that you get to see um, animals because we don't see that all the time every day. It's beautiful. It's scenic. It's quiet. Because
Okay,
they
so
don't like to be by themselves.
so a lot of people will tell you this, right? If you just like she said, if you're going to be purchasing donkeys, right, which is a wonderful thing, I think that they are really laid back animals, and I would love to have the space in my backyard to have farm animals, right? But if you're going to be purchasing a donkey, you must purchase them in pairs. One, folks say that donkeys will go crazy, right, if you don't have a pair. But two, which is the most relevant reason, right, outside of going crazy, sleep cycles. Unfortunately, donkeys will not be able to fall asleep unless there is another said donkey uh, there with them. So sleep patterns will be thrown completely off, and in fact, they won't be able to sleep. So if a donkey goes crazy, it may be because of lack of sleep more than anything else. I wonder at what point, if one singular donkey is unable to go to sleep, will he just pass out from sleep deprivation?
Did you actually look that up?
Yes.
Okay.
I haven't looked up the part about the sleep deprivation and the potential, craziness, death, if there is a severe amount of sleep deprivation. I wonder if that's a thing. Anyhow, but FSD and Mad Max right now our speed limit is 55, and we were actually going 68 miles an hour, which is 13 miles over the speed limit. Right now, going down to 40, we're still hugging these roads here with no issue. Oh, This is going to be a nice situation here, slowing down perfectly in my opinion. And there's this train track here. Let's see if it's significant enough. Actually, not bad, but if it was a train track, a more sizable train track like the previous one that was on a higher elevation than the main road, slightly higher. I don't even know if it's elevation or not, like a little hill. It would have been an interesting trip. I think we would have been flying. And right now we are Mad Max. I'm going to go ahead and drop it down in a hurry. And this is an unprotected left turn that we're about to take. See if we can do a better job than this Dodge Nitro is currently doing, which, in all due fairness, there are vehicles even on this country road here.
I think the last time that we were here, it took forever to turn, right?
Yeah. And you know what? I have it listed as Chubby's, but I don't have it listed as the Supercharger. So I'm gonna go ahead and route, not paying attention whatsoever, and do that. I don't know whether or not that was too long or just enough time. Oh, and one thing that I am seeing on the rear view mirror, we're gonna use a feature here, camera preview, to go ahead and check this nice dynamic grid layout. But I am seeing behind us, I wonder if that EMS vehicle behind us will catch up to us and whether or not we will just pull over to the right as FSD should. I don't
It's not
feel
coming.
it's not, right? It already turned. Okay. I mean, either way, we're doing a great job. No issues, no concerns whatsoever. Just a little faster than usual on certain speed profiles on all of them, on standard, hurry, and Mad Max. But this preview is really awesome. I love the fact that it is dynamic in the sense that I can go ahead and select this preview. There we are. Hello, everybody. Hello. And then I can go ahead and select the grid preview back again. And there we are. So any given camera on the fly, I can go outside of my 9 camera or 8 camera, I should say. On your Model Y, it'll have the front facing fascia camera right here. So you'll truly have 9 screens available to you. But you'll be able to, again, on the fly, select whatever given one, whether it's pillar, whether it's side camera, front camera, or cabin camera. There we are again, and be able to check out different perspectives. And one thing, are you noticing at home, or are you noticing at all, Jessica, that I am not paying any sort of attention to the road, and I have not gotten one single nag. I have not gotten any prompts indicating apply slight turning force to the steering wheel, not once, which is fantastic. I say fantastic in the sense that we are so very much closer to having true FSD unsupervised. Fall asleep, just put in a destination and we're good to go. Not in that order. But anywho. All right, so I'm gonna leave the camera preview up. And let's see how good of a job we do of parking here. And again, I am not going to charge. I am not going to charge here. I'm just checking out FSD, its ability in this iteration on how good of a job it can do parking. And you're noticing right there down the line, I have no issues whatsoever with that. Okay, so that was interesting. Ended up spending a not so bad amount of money there, $40, I believe. Although we did see a Cybertruck, a RC Cybertruck for how much? 129 was it? Yeah, it was pretty nice, but also pretty fake. And for $129, I would not spend my good money on that. If it was from the good folks at Tesla, then by all means, I would pony up. Give it a little bit of slack. We're continuing our trip here, our FSD 14.3.5 trip to Walmart. checking out those Alpitronic chargers. I am positive we will not be parking anywhere close to them. There is nothing that would give FSD the ability to navigate into those chargers like its own network of superchargers, but we will head there and we will check it out. Oh, this was a horrible stop. And it just kind of, it was kind of awkward, right? Like where it decided to stop.
I didn't notice anything.
Okay. I'll tell you what, I really like the camera preview here. I don't know how. What do you feel about it?
How
A
do I
little
feel?
intrusive. Oh man, a little hesitation there because that vehicle was taking off when it shouldn't, and then this vehicle ended up taking off when again it shouldn't have. So what is it that you said that you feel about that?
It's nice,
Right?
but I don't feel like I need to see us inside the car.
Yeah. But in the event you ever feel like you do, well, it's right there. You know, one thing that would be really beneficial, and I feel folks would like this feature, to be able to see yourself right then and there, but be able to actually take a selfie, like in other in menu options where you can take the selfie once you're parked. I think folks would love to see that as you're driving, but maybe safety wouldn't be a good idea. And I mean, we already have something that's driving for us, right? Let's see, we are currently in hurry mode. Did a fantastic job of getting out of that lane, out of that slow big rigs path. And 75 miles an hour is the speed limit here. We are boogieing. I wouldn't imagine we would have gone into that lane because there is a stalled vehicle. That's a-okay. Our efficiency is pretty atrocious. 303 watts. Good. Maybe 2.6, 2.7 miles per kilowatt. All good. It's kind of weird seeing the front-facing camera as you're driving along. I mean, it's a nice camera, but I don't think, as time passes by, the hardware on this vehicle is getting older and older in comparison to other things. That's interesting. Like you have the two cameras right there. Right there, they seem to be the same exact camera, right? And then you have the pillars to the left, and then you have the cameras on the side. So that's a total of 4 or 5 inside camera. I wonder if it's doubling up. I know it has multiple cameras within the camera housing here. That's why it's at 67. About a mile out. Take a quick stop here. Walmart to buy a couple of things. One of the things that I wanted to purchase was a different lotion. It was something else. Increased attention required. Query profile selected. Okay. On the way home, I'm going to go ahead and try to do the Mississippi test. See how many Mississippis without me actively paying attention before I get any sort of prompt, whether it is visual or audio. I may also try to just close my eyes entirely since my wife is here to correct any kind of issues in the event that we come up against an emergency situation. She can just hold the steering wheel, but I will be closing my eyes entirely, covering my eyes, and then doing the Mississippi test. And from what I have read, again, I've never charged at one of these new Alpitronic screens. I believe it is maybe like a 20-inch or 24-inch screen. If it is a YTC Alpitronic screen, which I'm almost positive that it is, so a rather large screen, but there's going to be a QR code or QR code that I'll take a picture of and be able to charge via my Walmart app. I do have my Walmart app right now, I've always had it. I'm not those types of folks that likes to have the less apps the better on my phone. I think the opposite way. And we have a Cadillac over there. It did a great job of slowing down, not knowing whether or not there was intent with that elderly couple that was passing there, and quite an interesting choice of parking. It decided to go ahead and come this way. Poor young man. He was already gathered so much momentum, and yeah, he had to go a little bit right. One thing that I am not liking, FSD is deciding to slow down right here until this young man passes by. I don't feel, it's because I didn't do a parking selection. So that's another reason as to why we didn't even park. It prompted me for a parking selection. I didn't do anything. I'm giving it a nudge. I'm giving it a nudge. Let's see what it does. Let's see where it parks, how far away from the entrance. I think it'll just take any available parking spot here. And we're going head first and pretty dead center without hitting this F-150. I'm gonna go ahead and move. Let's see if it'll let me move from there over to here. I'm just gonna go ahead and drop a pin, see if it moves whatsoever. A little bit closer to those chargers. Let's see whether it's gonna go right or left. I'll go right. Righty. That'd be kind of fun if the pin actually was on those chargers, and if it decided to park into those stalls. It's gonna pass them up. That's a okay.
Destination is on the right.
And we have, oh my gosh, I've never seen a Jeep. I believe it's a Jeep EV here. Never have seen one of those. A lot of folks complain that that really isn't a Jeep, that it fell way short of Jeep status. A lot of different reliability issues with it. I'm gonna go ahead and park over there. Okay, so we're looking for NACS adapters. And I wonder if it's just one side, CCS, one side, yep, perfect. So, and it's always nice seeing non-EV vehicles parking in an EV stall over there, but to be fair, that guy has a handicap placard. Oh, that's odd, because NACS is right there. Oh, you know what? That's odd that these chargers here, they have the NACS cable on the left side, yet the NACS adapter here is on the right, so I'm gonna have to park in the other stall. And that should be long enough to have me charge here. Pretty wide spaces. Okay, so now we're charging here at the Walmart, and again, we are about 25 minutes out from a full 80% charge. We're pulling 146. We ended up pulling a little roughly over 150 kilowatts whenever we plugged in. And go ahead and show you here. We ended up pulling up to this Walmart, and here is the Alpitronic 400 chargers that Walmart is using now. They have a NACS adapter and a CCS adapter as well. The horrible thing about the NACS adapter, it's on the wrong side. It should be on the left side of the dispenser, because again, Tesla vehicles have their charging port on the rear driver's side here. So what I had to do is I had to go ahead and see whether or not the cable was long enough, which it was. And again, the cable is pretty gosh darn hefty. It is liquid cooled here, AC. So whenever we plugged in, we were able to just reach on this position 43 cents a kilowatt. Here's our active session, and there is our NAX adapter. We're at 40%. I need to check to see what state of charge we arrived at, but our current charging time is 2 minutes and 24 seconds. See any other kind of charging details? You see our curve right there. Hopefully you're able to see it on camera. 349 watts, believe it or not, or amps I should say. Voltage at 384, and we're getting energy delivered at 6 kilowatts there per hour, averaging 144 right now. Our curve ended up jumping pretty high, 187. I believe I could have sworn that I saw 150 at the highest peak, but I may have blinked and we were at 187, and it's just leveling off. Right now we're at, again, 41%, as you can tell right here. We're going to be tapering up to 50%. Be dropping, and I feel like we're going to be dropping mightily. I did take some video of the app. I recorded my screen right there, but again, it's pretty easy. Download the app if you don't already have it, the Walmart app. Sign up, have a payment, plug that sucker in, QR code will come up on the screen, and then from there you just go ahead and select the payment method on the Walmart app. We'll go ahead and have that here as I'm talking, so you can see a visual representation of it. But yeah, that's pretty much it here. We are pulling in the amount for the time being 129, dropped off 180, and again, just Teslas in general are pretty atrocious as far as like their charging performance. So nothing to be surprised at here. I really like these Alpitronic 400 chargers. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll go ahead and check back in the higher we are on our total percentages. We're looking to hit 80%. Okay, so the wind's going to be really bad, but my gosh, we're already finished with this charging session here, 79% from 33 to 79%, and it looks like 14 minutes. My God, is that correct? It says charge end time 1907, 1420. Nope, never mind. 22 minutes and 59 seconds is the total charge time. This was really great here. Wow, really fast charging speeds in comparison to what I'm accustomed to at superchargers, depending on the supercharger that I have and the folks that are near me, right, whether it's power share or not. Look at the charging details. My God, that's steep drop from 187 at the maximum peak all the way down to gosh knows where. That ended up leveling off, and I know 0 right is whenever it stopped, but again, that's pretty decent speeds, 22 minutes and 59 seconds. So we'll wrap it up here. Thanks again for tuning in. This is Walmart's new Alpitronic YTC 400 charging dispensers in Devine, Texas.